Do you know the difference between electronic medical records and electronic health records? Though both of these things were used before the pandemic, the EMR and EHR market is expected to expand beyond $42 billion by 2027. The terms EMR and EHR are often used interchangeably, but there are actually some key differences between these two systems, and we will be discussing those differences today. I'm Alex here with Jotform. Let's get into it. Let's start with an EMR, or electronic medical records. Basically, it is a software package. It is the digital version of the paper charts that you fill out at a doctor's office. Things like treatment notes and lab results used to be printed and kept on paper. This is what electronic medical records are for. Keeping these types of forms electronically allows clinicians to better track patients over time. They can see who needs to come in for a checkup and see trends in their vitals like blood pressure or weight. Information in EMRs is rarely ever shared outside of the medical practice. So, if another healthcare system needs to see the patient's records, they will probably need to be printed out and mailed to them. Now let's look at EHRs. Electronic health records go beyond electronic medical records. They can do a lot more. They can store all of the data that you would find in an EMR, along with capabilities to share that data with specialists or other healthcare providers. It creates a more complete picture of the patient's health from different sources that can help clinicians provide better care. For instance, an EMR would have information specific to your provider's office. The EHR would have the information from the lab that drew your blood, the imaging center that took the x-ray of your broken ankle, and the orthopedist you sought to rehabilitate your broken ankle. And EHR contains all of your medical information from various providers. EHRs are also accessible by the patient. If you've ever logged into your patient portal to view lab results, it is most likely connected to the EHR and displaying what your healthcare provider can see. It is much easier to transfer records to another provider with an EHR. So, say you move to a new city and both your former healthcare provider and your new provider have compatible EHR systems. Those records can be sent over much faster. Clinicians can also transmit prescriptions electronically to pharmacists with an EHR. When it comes to choosing an EMR or an EHR, it's important to know the differences. Keep in mind that an EMR is strictly used for medical records, while an EHR is more comprehensive record of the patient's health. The choice that you make is dependent on your medical practice. So, if you are a very specific provider, such as a dentist, then an electronic medical record could be what you need. But if you work with several other providers for patient care, like a specialist or laboratory, then an electronic health record could be a better choice. Using paper forms in your medical practice can leave room for human error. Someone's illegible handwriting can make it hard for staff members to input patient information, and the paper can be misplaced or mishandled. This can lead to a Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act violation. Jotform has several HIPAA-compliant form solutions to ensure that you are gathering accurate data from patients. You can have patients fill out a digital intake form while at home so that they can double-check the dosages on prescription bottles in the medicine cabinets. This makes things easier for your patients, and you will be collecting more accurate information. Okay, let's review. EMRs are used strictly for medical records. EHRs hold an entire record of your patient's health history. Both software packages are helpful depending on what your office needs. Understanding the difference between the two is the first step to making the right decision. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video was helpful. I'm Alex here with Jotform. Have a good one.